Hello, everyone, and welcome back, to the first weekly dose of Fantasy Prescription. I'm Jeff Wattner.
And I'm Jacob McKibben.
And let's get started. Alrighty, so there have been many takeaways from this Week 5 and the last few days in general. And I think one of the biggest takeaways we have is that Leonard Fournette is a beast. Like, if we look at his stats, let's look at his stats for the last
going off the past few weeks.
The last 5 games, we have 31, 24, 17, 14, 21. He has not had below 10 points and ranks third in fantasy points per game right now.
We've got to remember, he is a rookie.
He is a rookie on a Jacksonville team that has been much improved this year, which is very surprising.
They've been quite awful in the past few years.
Well, there was that controversy in preseason, like was Blake Bortles going to get benched to Chad Henne, which
Blake Bortles is he's struggling.
One of the Jacksonville's 3-2 right now.
That's true.
That's a good year for them.
My takeaway is Deshaun Watson is just becoming a breakout star for the Texans. He did not actually start week 1, but he has just been pulling away with scoring phenomenal in the past few weeks. Last week he did score 35 points.
Which is his highest so far.
For a rookie, that's pretty impressive.
Against the Chiefs' defense.
Which
it ranks, I think, third.
Previous week he scored 34, which is also very good for, again, a rookie on a Texans team who have DeAndre Hopkins, and that's about it.
I mean, Lamar Miller's pretty good. Will Fuller. I can't think of any other receiver.
Exactly.
Jalen Strong. Is that guy still in the NFL?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Anyways, okay, we have to talk about this. This broke yesterday, is that Ezekiel Elliott, his suspension got reinstated, so he's out for 6 games now.
That's going to kill a lot of people's rosters.
It does not start the bye, so it starts next week. And then he has 6 out.
So he's out for now 7 weeks.
Yeah, which, that's Dallas has not been doing well. Dallas has been struggling a lot this year.
They have not been doing very good. Dak Prescott did have a very good week last week.
Well, Dak Prescott's the whole team.
That's
their defense is struggling. Oh, well, Aaron Rodgers just does an insane game if you watch that.
The end of that was very, very good.
Was it? All right. Anyways, but with Zeke gone, does that add some value to Darren McFadden, Alfred Morris? Maybe that gets more value. Maybe Dak's going to keep the ball more.
Maybe he'll throw the ball a lot more to Dez and Jason Witten.
Or Cole Beasley. Let's not forget about him.
He's pretty good.
I think last week he had 8 catches, which he had 40 yards, but he didn't have 8 catches.
Yeah, Zeke, he had a lot of good weeks except for the second week.
Against the Broncos defense? Here's just some word of advice. Never start running back against the Broncos defense.
Yeah, don't try that one.
I think it was the first 4 weeks it was combined for 95 yards from 4 running backs. One was Ezekiel Elliott, one was Marshawn Lynch, and I forget who the other 2 were. But they were all good running backs.
Yeah, the Broncos front 7 is just incredible.
Broncos back 7, or not back 7, back 4 is incredible too.
Secondary is very good too.
But we've talked about some of the takeaways, some of the good things from Week 5. There have been some disappointments after Week 5. And I think one disappointment is that Ben Roethlisberger.
Just awful week.
My man.
Awful.
0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah, that was just awful.
2 pick. It was against a very... Jalen Ramsey is doing something with Jacksonville back there.
And A.J. Boye.
A.J. Boye, who they acquired from the Texans.
Yeah.
Paul Plesnez... I can't say his last name.
Paul
Plesnez. Doing great.
Linebacker.
But, Can you trust Ben Roethlisberger this year at all? I can't. I don't want to start.
He has not had a good week or a good year at all.
Playing Kansas City this week. Oh, that is just. Okay, let's look at his.
So don't play.
His coming up matchups are against Kansas City, which is a good defense. Cincinnati, which maybe you trust him. Detroit is a good defense. Indianapolis, Tennessee is a good defense. Green Bay is a good defense. Baltimore's a great defense. Maybe week 15 against New England. Who, New England, they're just running into each other over there.
Yeah.
But, no, I can't see trusting with quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson still well, not anymore, but with quarterbacks like Trevor Siemian, Jacoby, I'd rather start Jacoby Brissett over than Ben Roethlisberger.
Phillip Rivers is always good.
Yes.
He's never on any teams for some reason.
That's just his age. I think that's the problem. I'd rather start Jameis Winston over him, I'd definitely start Alex Smith. Let's look at Bortles. Would I start Bortles over him? Maybe not.
Yeah, no, Bortles 2.7.
Maybe not, but there's a bunch of quarterbacks that are available.
A lot of quarterbacks available.
So just drop Ben Roethlisberger.
Don't ever use that guy.
So what's your disappointment?
My disappointment was Todd Gurley. He did not have a good week whatsoever.
I mean,
I think he scored 5 points, right?
Yeah, he did. It was like 4 points something. But I think he's gonna. Who they have this week against against Jacksonville.
Oh, that's.
I think he's gonna score more than last week, but I don't think he's picking up a 37-34. I say he gets like 15 points, maybe like 80 yards and a TD or something like that. But he's not going 3 TDs, 200 yards.
Yeah, no.
So I'd still start him at a flex. I wouldn't bench him.
Maybe a flex. I wouldn't bench him, but
if you have him, start him. But
yeah, if you have him,
if you have Kareem Hunt, Le'Veon Bell, start them first.
Always start Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt is also becoming a very great player.
Always start Le'Veon Bell too. Kareem Hunt's been a good player this year. But
yeah, with Ben Roethlisberger's crappy week last week, Le'Veon Bell is going to get the ball a lot.
Le'Veon Bell is just a freak. But we do have another disappointment this week, and that is the good old dumpster fire team that is the Browns.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Dang.
Oh boy, he did so bad he got benched halfway through the game. Like,
I remember. Let's take it back to preseason. People thought Deshaun Kaiser was the saver. Now who's starting for the Browns? Kevin Hogan. And he did good though. Like that's the thing. I mean, were they playing against the Jets? Yeah, they were playing against the Jets.
Against the Jets. The Jets aren't too good.
The Jets are I think they have a better record than the Patriots right now, which is interesting. But Deshaun Kaiser, what happened, my man? Honestly, I don't know if I blame him or just the Browns as a general. Isaiah Crowell, I don't even know where he is. Duke Johnson, I trust him.
I'd start him as a flex.
David, what's his name? The tight end?
David Njoku?
Yeah, Njoku. I'm liking him. He's caught a touchdown 3 times in the last 5 weeks. But he's kind of like a touchdown or bust. So maybe like a sleeper tight end.
Yeah.
But if you have someone else, I'd start them over him. Kenny Britt, forgot he was even on the team. So he's abysmal.
Yeah. Just too old for football.
Just stay away from the Browns. Don't even touch them.
Don't use anyone from the Browns.
Okay, but we did have some surprises of Week 5.
Yeah, we did. That was Cam Newton had a great week beating the Patriots. Patriots don't have the best defense, but it's still the Patriots. They're defending champs.
Cam Newton just had Cam Newton did not play the Patriots last week though. Played against the Lions.
Never mind. Wait, what?
He's had 2 weeks. He's had 2 good weeks, and he just had a good week against. He did throw 3 interceptions last night against Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was a bit.
I mean, so we got like 20 points because he ran the ball.
He ran. He's a good. If you need a running back, pick up Cam Newton.
No, I don't think you can start a running back.
I'm kidding.
But I mean, honestly, I think Cam Newton's back, so I'd go with him. Sorry, we have a printer going during our podcast, but it's fine. And another impacting is that Chris Hogan is the leading receiver. If you would have told me Chris Hogan would be the leading receiver in New England during preseason, I'd be like, no. It's going to be Brandon Cooks. It's going to be Danny Amendola over Chris Hogan. But Julian Edelman. Got hurt.
He's done.
Brandon Cooks, sorry about that, is there, but not. He's producing, but not in the level that we thought he would. But
not as much as Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan has 5 TDs in the last 4 weeks.
That's incredible for a guy like him.
At PPR, dude, let's see. Let's look at his catches for PPR. If we look at...
Yeah, he got 21 points last week against the Buccaneers.
He did. See, he has 8 catches, 5 catches, 4 catches, 5 catches. My man is a PP. Like, if he got 0 yards, he'd still get you 5 points there. Just start Chris Hogan. Always start him. Yeah. He's the best player on the Patriots right now, besides Brady. But, like, there's no running game. We thought Mike Giselle was the answer. He's not. Rex Burkhead.
And then you've got James White.
I don't even know your name. Dion Lewis is even still on the team.
I don't think so.
Remember Shane Vereen? Oh, he's on the Giants now. Stephen Ridley.
Oh, yeah. The Patriots have not had very many good running backs.
I mean, LeGarrette Blount, what did he get, like 12 TDs last year?
That's true. But then they lost him. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, who cares? But another running back situation is the San Francisco 49ers. Carlos Hyde.
Whew.
My man came in being this dude top 10 running back. And he started off, he got 13, 17, 24, but then last week against a not very good Indianapolis team, had 8 rushes for 11 yards.
That is despicable.
Yeah, it's scary considering the
49ers O-line is pretty decent.
That is true, but the other running back who I cannot think of for the 49ers had 10 carries for about, I think it was like 48 yards, which that's better production than 8 carries for 11 yards. Carlos Hyde scares me. I think he might have a bounce back week this week because
Who are they playing?
they're playing against the Washington Redskins, who doesn't have a great run defense. I think he'll do better than last week, but I'm worried about him. Like, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be this guy. He gets 20 points per game. But we also had some impacting injuries that have happened over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's been a lot of injuries.
We gotta talk about the Giants receiving core.
Giants just lost their entire receiving core today. Sterling Shepard was pronounced out. Odell
For the game? Or
Yeah.
okay.
out for the game.
Okay.
I don't think for the game.
Oh, well, then that
Odell
done
If
season.
you haven't heard, he broke his leg.
Ankle.
Yeah.
He broke his ankle.
And Brandon Marshall out for the year.
Had surgery for his leg.
Yeah.
So that leads us down to Evan Ingram, tight end for the Giants.
Did they have any wide receivers left?
I don't know. Is Victor Cruz still on the team? No, he's not.
No.
It's just the Giants are on 5.
They're not gonna.
If his name isn't Evan Ingram, stay away from anyone on the Giants. Don't even touch them.
I don't know if they're gonna win a game this year. I think they're gonna meet the Browns of last year.
The Browns
haven't won a game.
The
either.
Browns are the Browns of this year.
Yeah.
But we also have we have the Raiders really felt not having Derek Carr last week.
Yeah,
Struggle against the Ravens.
EJ Manuel was the quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
He was just garbage.
I think Marshawn Lynch had an okay game.
Yeah, he did okay.
Expect with Carr out again this week. I think he's doubtful right now. I don't think he's out. Against the LA Chargers, expect Lynch to go off. I'd start Lynch this week.
Yeah, the Chargers do not have a very good run defense.
They don't have good anything. But we also have Devontae Parker, who got injured last week, who was on a... Did you watch any of that Miami-Tennessee game?
I did not get a chance.
I happened to watch a lot of it, and I don't know what was worse. Matt Castle leading the Tennessee Titans,
Oh boy.
or my man Jay Cutler
Jay Cutler.
leading the Miami Dolphins.
Why would you ever pick that man up? Like, I'd rather have Colin Kaepernick than that guy.
We're not going to get into Colin Kaepernick. That's
for another day.
That's for another day. But Jay Cutler, and Devontae Parker, I liked Devontae Parker. My man, I think he was getting like 6 receptions a game, getting like 100. He got 100 yards in 2 of those games. Like, Devontae Parker was on poise to have a great year, and with his injury, I think he's out like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Wow, that's.
So that's gonna be, again, I don't like Jay Ajayi this week either. I think the Dolphins are imploding on themselves. Just again, don't start anyone from the Dolphins either.
Yeah, stay away from all these teams that we're talking about. They're just not having.
Well, is Mariota back this week? Because I know Mariota was out last week, and he's questionable.
Ooh.
So again, Titans stay away from the Titans too.
DeMarco Murray though.
What did he get last week?
It
was like 8 points, 80 yards.
80 yards. That's never mind. That's.
Derrick Henry got like 10 yards. Like, I think he got like 1. Yeah, they're bad.
Just that huge red. There's a lot of people hurt this year.
There is. But now we get to the segment called the must start of the week. And I'll let you start it off. Who's your must start quarterback of the week?
Deshaun Watson is. I predict he's going to have an incredible game. Maybe better than last week. Playing the absolute horrible Browns team.
Well, you think if Deshaun Watson just obliterates the Browns first half, aren't they just going to like run the ball the second half and just give it to Miller? Or or like put it in Savage.
He might just go off the first half, and they just don't care, and they just want to kill the Browns.
I don't know, but you kind of hope there's like a shootout, because then he'll just have a chance to score more TDs for a fantasy perspective.
That is true.
But yeah, that's a good pick. I agree with you on the Deshaun Watson. My must-start running back is Leonard Fournette, who just always start Leonard Fournette. Like, if you haven't realized now, his carries per game, 28 last week, which was his highest of the year, 24 the week before, 17, 14, and 26. The Jaguars want to give this man the ball. When you have this much volume, you're just going to blow up for... He had like a 98-yard touchdown? It was the longest touchdown of the year for a run. It was 90-something. Just, who's he playing against? LA Rams? Start Fournette, please. Like, that's... I mean, why would you even bench him, really?
Why would you... I don't know who the heck will do that, but just start him, please.
And then the wide receiver?
Wide receiver, Chris Hogan. He is just, as we said before, is becoming a star on the Patriots. Brandon Cooks not having the best year ever.
Rob Gronkowski injury.
So
no running game. I'd also start. I would start Cooks, and I would start. Maybe as like if you're in a deep league and you need a flex, I'd start Amendola too.
Yeah, because I mean, Brady's got to throw the ball to someone.
Oh yeah.
He's got. Who's their tight end right now besides Gronk?
They lost Bennett to free agency. Is it like, it's some it's some young guy, it's some white young. I don't know who he is, but started.
Yeah,
well,
start Chris Evans.
Unless Gronk is cleared to play, then. Well, no, still start Chris. Always start Chris Evans.
Yeah.
And our must-start tight end is Evan Ingram, who we've already talked about. But the Giants have no receiving game. They have no rushing game. They're gonna have to get the ball to somebody. Honestly, I think Evan Ingram's gonna have 6 to 10 catches. He could have a TD in there. Like PPR, regular, start Evan Ingram. I know it worries you that he had 0 catches last week, but the Giants just felt. I think the OBJ injury kind of like was like a mental thing with them.
Yeah.
But again, the Giants are playing against the Broncos, which is a little bit of a fear because the Broncos are as they say, good team this year, especially against the run. But during the past, they've been vulnerable. So again, please start Evan Ingram if you want to win. That's the best I can tell you.
And for our must-start defense, we're going to have to go with the Ravens this week. So last week, they played the Raiders, who are usually a very good offense with Derek Carr.
That is true.
I mean, still, they did get 14 points against the Raiders. And this week, they're playing, the Bears.
Mitchell Trubisky.
He is just not...
I don't know what's worse, Mike Glennon or Mitchell Trubisky. The only thing the Bears have is Tariq Cohen and Jordan Howard are two.
Jordan Howard, he's a good running back,
but yeah, the Ravens are gonna win. Start the Ravens defense.
Yeah.
And then for flex, we have Alvin Akamara. Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly because then I'll look like an idiot. Alvin Kamara. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Start Alvin Kamara. So if you didn't know, the Saints they traded Adrian Peterson. They tried to work it out. It did not work. He was terrible.
He's awful.
Mark Ingram, I don't know what they're doing. Start Alvin Kamara, especially PPR. My man gets like 6 catches per game. He runs the ball. He catches the ball. The dude is like a mini Tyreek Hill. This dude is this year's Tyreek Hill. Start Alvin Kamara, which that takes us to our other flex play.
Tyreek Hill. He's just... start him as your flex. He got a kick return touchdown last week, which just gives you extra points. And he's just incredible wide receiver.
Also, Duke Johnson. He's the only Browns player.
Only Browns player that will get the ball consistently.
Start him. I mean, I'm a little worried with we saw that Duke Johnson got a lot with Kaiser. We don't know how Kevin Hogan and Duke Johnson are going to interact, but I'd still, if you got him, play him as your flex. Yes. And kickers, we don't really have a Ryan Suckup. I don't know.
Most kickers will do good unless you're just on a really bad scoring team like the Browns.
That was Zane Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That sucks. All right. Must sit of the week. Still going to be some familiar names here. Ben Roethlisberger.
Just had
Drop
an awful
him.
week. Just you could find so many better quarterbacks but him. Like there's just infinite quarterback in this league.
I also wouldn't start Eli Manning. I wouldn't start Brian Hoyer. I would not start Jay Cutler. I would not take a chance and be like, you know what, Kevin Hogan's going to be a beast. Do not start him. Nor would I start Trevor Siemian. Actually, I'd start Trevor Siemian. Trevor Siemian against the Giants with DRC out now. I'd start another must-sit, Mark Ingram. I mean, we just preached to you about how Alvin Kamara, dude has a hard last name, is going to have a great game, is going to play a lot. Mark Ingram's getting forgotten back there. He's slowly just fading away. Sit him. Don't drop him. Maybe try to trade. I'd trade it. Like, he has a big name. I'd still try to trade and see if you can get what you can get out of him, but don't start him.
And then wide receivers, we got Sammy Watkins.
You know what he got last week?
0.
A goose egg. 0. I like Jared Goff. Like, I think the Rams are way better team this year than they were last year.
Yeah.
But Sammy Watkins, I like Cooper Kupp. I think Cooper Kupp's good. I like Gurley. You do now. That's nice. But don't start Watkins. Like, he's not a viable option right now.
So many better players.
Also, for must-sit tight end, I'd probably say, don't start Coby Fleener. I like the Saints offense. I really do. But ever since Jimmy Graham left, Drew Brees doesn't give a crap about the tight end. He's going to throw it to Thomas. He's going to throw it to Alvin. He's going to throw it to, I think Willie Snead's back now.
Yes?
From a suspension, yeah.
Wow.
Because he was supposed to come, he had a 5-game suspension, and then they had the bye week. And now we're in week, 6?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, they had the 4-game suspension in the bye week, so yeah. Willie Snead's back. So don't stay away from Coby Fleener. And then for our must-sit defense.
Well, you've heard of all the teams that are just doing awful. So
don't start the Browns.
No Browns. No
don't
Giants.
Start the Giants.
No
Dolphins.
No Dolphins. No Chargers.
No Chargers.
No 49ers.
Just, you guys know, just stay away from these teams that are just going to always be on. They might have good defenses, but when you have a team that has a terrible offense, the defense always is on the field, and they just get tired. Yeah. And the other offense is going to find ways to score.
If the defense is always on the field, they're always going to get yards against them. They're never going to not do bad.
Yes. And now all we have left is our...
That is it for today.
That is it. Yes. And we thank you for joining us on our first ever episode, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.